How strong is a man's jealousy? Watching his ex-wife spend all her time with her friends, Ozan finally couldn't sit still. One night while playing basketball, Ozan asked Sina how everyone was doing. Sina said Aisha was beautiful, kind-hearted, and a great cook. Ozan immediately felt a sense of crisis. He warned Sina to be careful. The company rules prohibit office relationships. He replied confidently, if I really fell for someone, I'd change the rules for them. On Kagura's birthday, which also happened to be Sina's birthday, to hide their identity and avoid suspicion, Sina invited Aisha under Kagura's name. Aisha turned down the invitation, saying she had to help at home. Sina felt a little disappointed, but his mother gave Aisha money, telling her to dress up nicely and go to the party. On the other side, Ozan arrived on time. He also prepared a starry necklace for Kagura. Kagura was so excited and asked Ozan to put it on her. She said it was the best gift she'd ever received. Compared to her sister, Sina looked a little gloomy. Ozan asked what was wrong. Sina said the one person he most wanted to see didn't show up. Just then, Aisha appeared at the party, looking stunning. Both their gazes were immediately drawn to her. Sina's heart was filled with joy. He flirted with Aisha right in front of Ozan. He even invited her to a private moment. Ozan was fuming with anger. His teeth were grinding with frustration. The assistant quickly understood what was going on. Watching the two of them laugh and chat, Ozan's rage was boiling. He wanted to tear her apart. When Aisha went to the restroom, Ozan quickly pulled her aside. He questioned what she was doing, why she was always smiling at men. Aisha chuckled upon hearing this. So you've been secretly watching me all this time? Ozan tried to deny it, saying he wasn't watching her. It was just a coincidence. I don't believe you. You're just jealous. Ozan said, you're so full of yourself. I just don't want any company scandals. Just then, Sina thought Aisha had gotten lost, so he came to find her. The two quickly hid in a closet. Sina left when he couldn't find her. The two stayed close together. The atmosphere became subtly tense. Aisha wanted to leave. Ozan told her to wait. Ozan was struggling to keep his composure. He hurriedly walked out with Aisha. Aisha, in a good mood, picked up her champagne. Ozan quickly stopped her. You'd better not drink too much. He tried to take the glass from her. Aisha showed Ozan with her actions. What a happy planet looks like. Ozan clapped his hands in frustration. Then the music started. Sina invited Aisha to dance. Aisha tried to refuse, but she couldn't resist Sina. Sina kept praising Aisha as the most beautiful woman in the room. Aisha laughed out loud. She even playfully glanced at Ozan. This really upset Ozan. The assistant then made a sarcastic remark, saying, I get you, we're all men. Ozan could no longer stay. He wanted to leave, but Kagura stopped him. She wanted him to dance with her. Ozan, to irritate Aisha, gladly accepted. He deliberately went over to Aisha. Aisha smirked and wrapped her arms around Sina's neck. The two siblings became pawns in this game. The man gently placed the woman on the bed. He lovingly took off her shoes and tucked her in. In her dream, Aisha kept calling out Ozan's name, begging him not to leave. However, just a moment ago, they were arguing fiercely. At the gathering, a few gossiping women started talking about Ozan's relationships. They said his ex-wife was really foolish. She was turning down such a rich and handsome man. Ozan overheard everything behind them. The women quickly apologized, saying they were just speaking up for Ozan. Ozan said he didn't want to talk about that woman. She wasn't worth it. Just when everyone thought it was over, Aisha spoke up in disagreement. She said she knew Ozan's ex-wife, and she wasn't the way Ozan described her. Ozan stared at Aisha in disbelief. Aisha continued, saying Ozan only cared about his work. He never noticed the sacrifices his wife made for him. The tension grew as the atmosphere turned more heated. Everyone quickly tried to ease the tension, but Aisha had no intention of stopping. She asked Ozan to answer her question. Is what her friend said true? Ozan replied that Aisha's friend had no right to say such things. The two were on the edge of a confrontation. Sina suggested they all have some cake. Everyone quickly agreed to lighten the mood. A hurt Aisha stood up, wanting to go home. Sina saw she was drunk like this, and decided to take her home. Aisha, rarely losing control of her emotions, told Sina not to bother her. She just wanted some peace. Sina could only watch as Aisha walked away. Ozan noticed Aisha leaving. Feeling uneasy, he quickly made an excuse to leave. He caught up with Aisha and asked her to get in the car. Aisha said she wasn't qualified to ride in his car. Ozan replied, you won't get a taxi until tomorrow morning. Aisha's feet were already sore from walking. She was burning with frustration. Ozan opened the car door and said, love it or leave it. Aisha, her body betraying her, got into the car. In the car, Ozan kept complaining about Aisha, saying, I told you not to drink, but you still did. And, what did you mean by those things you said earlier? Ozan scolded for a while, but no one responded. Aisha's head suddenly leaned over, and she tightly hugged Ozan's arm, falling asleep. No matter what, she couldn't be woken. Ozan gently placed Aisha on the bed. Just as he was about to leave, Aisha grabbed his arm and told him not to go. Looking at Aisha sleeping peacefully, Ozan's eyes were filled with affection. Tonight was destined to be a sleepless night. Kagura was still immersed in the joy of Ozan's gift, but Sina couldn't reach Aisha. The next day, Aisha woke up to find herself in an unfamiliar place. She quickly checked if anyone was beside her. Fortunately, the bed was empty. She went to the living room. Ozan had already made breakfast for her and prepared painkillers. Aisha felt a little guilty, but Ozan told her to finish eating and then go back to where she came from. Without looking back, he left. Aisha looked at the little dress Ozan had prepared for her and happily said, "You really understand me." At the company, Aisha ran into Sina and apologized for her actions last night. Sina couldn't take it anymore and asked the question that had been on her mind.
İkinizin birbiriyle alıp veremediğin her karşılaştığınızda ya sen öfkeleniyorsun ya o öfkeleniyor. Nedir mesele?
This man started thinking about his best friend's ex-wife, but he had no idea that the best friend was the woman's ex-husband. Ozan asked Sina, "When did you two become so close?" Sina said he didn't even know himself, but whenever he saw Aisha sad, he just wanted to protect her. Ozan tried to talk sense into Sina, telling him not to take it too seriously. "Maybe you're just looking for something new." Ozan's words made Sina realize something. He realized that he really liked Aisha and decided to express his feelings to her. Now it was Ozan's turn to lose sleep. Sina's words kept him up all night. The next day, Ozan ran into the two of them traveling together. He smiled and wished them success, then immediately called his secretary to find him a meeting assistant, the one named Aisha. As the two were laughing and chatting toward the door, Aisha received a call from the secretary, so Sina had to go out alone and head to the conference room. Ozan looked at Aisha in disbelief, saying, "How could they send someone like you here?" Aisha didn't even bother to argue with him, just told him to start quickly, because she had other work to do. Aisha felt like Ozan was acting a bit strange today. She stole a glance at him. Ozan, feeling guilty, asked Aisha, interrupting, "You didn't mind going out with Sina, right?" Aisha finally realized what he meant. Ozan desperately tried to explain, but Aisha knew him too well. Whenever you lie, you shrug your shoulders and act innocent.
Ya ne alakası var Esra?
Ozan said, "Don't joke around. I just asked my assistant to find someone randomly. You specifically asked for me, and pretended like we weren't close at all." "No way, absolutely not." Aisha didn't buy his excuse. She tried to grab Ozan's phone to verify with the assistant.
Ver şu telefonu.